No, we're leading the Yukoba series at the moment.
You're leaving it?
Yeah, so if we can get a good first, second or third on Sunday, hopefully we'll become Yukoba champions. So that's the plan for this weekend.
Oh, good.
First three in that one.
So what's your...
I reckon you got a half and half race.
Yeah.
I reckon you got half a cat race and half a mono race. So I think it's anyone's race at the moment. It's about 8 boats.
So it's going to be spectacular when they come back in from the Dolphin
to the
Boy
pier
and Old Harry.
Yeah, because it's going to be lumpy there, isn't it? On that leg going down. It's going to be just like the Wills last year. A nightmare.
Excellent, lovely. Yeah, well, I like to see him cause the crowd a bit of excitement.
Yeah.
Harley, you love me still.
Welcome to the United Kingdom Offshore Boating Association Prudential Bournemouth Powerboat Festival, held between the 16th and 21st of September 1986. Sponsored by Prudential Unit Trust Managers Limited and supported by the Bournemouth Department of Tourism and Publicity. The first job a driver has to do is to sign on with race control, something occasionally they do tend to forget. The boats have to be scrutineered prior to competing in the race to ensure that they conform to the rules and standards laid down for their particular classes.
You've got nice wide over. You've got wide over on shore.
You check the safety equipment. What has every boat got to carry?
Anchor, first aid kit, flares, compasses, fire extinguishers, most equipment, so if they get into bother, they can get themselves out while they're waiting for help. Life jackets, make sure they're in good condition. Crash hats, make sure that the straps are alright, and then make sure the seats and the steering are all okay.
Do you want to get some stuff for us?
Checking the ratio, we're turning the flywheel and checking the propeller to make sure it's the correct ratio. 2 to 1.
What else are you looking for in the scrutineering apart from the engine?
Checking the carburetor numbers, power head numbers against casting marks to make sure they're the right engines.
Unfortunately, scrutineering doesn't always go smoothly.
I think that's what we'll do. Yeah. Make a note. Okay, we'll do that.
It would be a good one.
Would you?
We don't quite know what the difference is on the casting numbers between the two engines at the moment. The difference is whether he can run or whether he can be disqualified because he's running an out-of-class engine. They've uprated it now from the old 175. They've made it oil injection, which is now putting out 2.3 litres, which is out of class because these are all 2-litre engines. So we've got to find out and get our facts right in case anything goes wrong.
It was with one of the foreign competitors. Apparently it might be a new version that's 2.3 litres and the class limit's 2 litres. So we'll have to see.
It's all clear.
Yes, yes. See if it goes now.
And these are washed now. I'll tell you that he's on,
Yes.
Yeah,
If you
okay.
be in the video around, okay, fine, that's lovely. That's yours.
Signing on at the briefing is the next step.
John's given us two.
It is essential that all crews attend the briefing prior to the race. These briefings are to ensure that all boats are familiar with the course, aware of all navigational hazards, and are fully conversant with the safety procedures.
How long is this one here?
This particular meeting was held in the Pier Approach show bar.
When there will be more marshals present.
The crews also take this opportunity to discuss the following day's racing and catch up with the latest gossip with their friends.
Strictly adhered to.
Officer of the day, Reg Turner, gave details of the course the boats had to follow.
Terribly successful because although
Included were a few new additions to these waters. Within the race area, there were an offshore drilling platform, which had a no-go area around it, a diving support vessel at an ancient wreck site, and an oil pollution control vessel testing a new type of containment boom.
make sure that it isn't the diving boat, and that'll give you a clue that you're off course anyway. But it shouldn't have. Other thing to note is that
A representative of Her Majesty's Coast Guards also gave details of navigational hazards new to these waters not on the charts, and the UIM delegate Viv Williams unveiled the new Prudential Unit Trust Manager's emblem, Prudence, which was launched in conjunction with the Powerboat Festival.
to be collected on your way out.
Launching the boats took place at the Poole Harbour Yacht Club, with last-minute preparations and adjustments being made by some of the crews. The Italian crew of Maze Generators took the opportunity afforded by a launching crane to raise their engine in an effort to gain more speed. These sole Italian competitors had driven all the way from their Mediterranean home in order to run in the race. Incidentally, the World Finals had been run in Sardinia a few weeks earlier.
What they're making it so that, you know, it keeps it tighter and goes through cotton.
Can you do 83 mile an hour running, are you?
That's right. But I've been trying to
Because I've
find
been
the
waiting for that
83.
all
So have I.
season.
You have. I have too.
Yeah, mind you, it's force
5, isn't it? So
I think it's going to be rough on those
Yeah.
outward legs. Very rough. And
so
I
you
think-
want a bit of punch. So.
Yeah. Isn't this the most agonising decision you've got to make on a day like today?
Of course it isn't. Think positive, innit? Take that one.
Air and run them on everything.
I would.
I would too, I think. That is an animal, this thing, but we'll put it on.
Run out then?
No.
Not for that, it's there.
So what have you finally decided to run on
I decided to run a 14.5 26 propeller QSS, which, like Peter says, is if it's flat, it'll go like a train, and if it's rough, I think I've probably screwed it up.
There's a yellow and a colour boy. Yellow, so someone's gonna like this thing.
Very wide at the moment. I'm not watching.
The boats going out on that help with leg should be heading to the right of the oil rig. The fastest half of the fleet have gone far too far to the left. The second half of the fleet have realised the mistake and are going to the right bar, and eventually the front runners will have to turn and go right over in this direction, and they're probably half a mile to a mile off course.
proceed towards where the Optica spotting plane is at this moment.
Throughout the race, safety control kept a very close watch on the exact whereabouts of all boats with their pinboard.
Now, 31. Now, 18. Now.
Meanwhile, the timekeepers were hard at work logging the competitors through the control point. Unfortunately for some, like May's generators, retirement was forced upon them.
garland goes to Michael Froder, ladies and gentlemen. What about... And of course, a bottle of Bournemouth Rouge Mum Champagne. A garland also to the English navigator Graham Stewart. Champagne spray, which I've always regarded. They really did magnificently. They were leading the race and eventually finished in third place. They are Dave Trotter and Steve Lajoie from Guernsey in Magician 3. Campaign. Dave Trotter, the driver, shakes the hands of Lord Normanton and the Mayor of Bournemouth. I think it's a case for discharging champagne corks again, and it's nice to see the splendid spirit of cooperation and friendliness that exists between the various crews as they shake hands and celebrate their individual successes. Let me have a word, if I may, with Michael Froder, because really he is the man of the day, and it would be nice to find out just how he feels about it. One more cork is corked, and more champagne is drunk. May I have...
We asked Alistair McNulty of Pride of De Vere what happened in the race.
The prop shaft and the propeller snapped off just after the bearing carrier. Propeller disappeared into the ocean, and that was the end of that. No drive left.
Who went the right way when a lot of people went the wrong way?
Well, we went the right way in the end. We were heading the wrong way, but we looked over to the right and saw about 30 boats all going over to the right and assumed that we must be wrong. So yes, we were lucky enough that we were this side of the oil rig to put ourselves right, yeah. We got it right, and the first 4 boats had all disappeared into the distance.
Yeah, but you managed to come up to, what, about second place?
We were second place when the shaft went, yeah.
You haven't had an awful lot of luck just in the last few races, have you?
That's an understatement, yeah. I mean, gearboxes, we have 4 gearboxes now in 4 races, so yes, not a lot of luck's probably a good way to describe it. I've got stronger words, really, but on these things.
So where do you go from here with the gearbox?
We'll have a new solid piece shaft put in for Sunday's race. Get over a prop from somewhere. Go and give it a crack Sunday. We're leading Ucoba Championship, so we've really got to be there Sunday and go all out for it. Just keep our fingers crossed that perhaps it doesn't break down this time.
How far are you ahead in the Ucoba Championship?
7 points.
7 points. And what's it for first?
It'll probably be somewhere around 19 to 20 points for first place, depending on the number of boats that start, but 19 to 20 points on Sunday. It's going to be very tight.
Who's your nearest challenger?
Steve Bourne in Newtex and John Yeoman in Hooper and Ashby. They're both on 39.
So you've got to do well, haven't you? Well,
we've got to do well. We've got to keep them in our sights.
Well, good luck for Sunday.
Thank you.
I hope it holds together this time.
So do I.
Good luck. Another of the Lorne Campbell designed catamarans, built for him by Gordon Wright from the same stable as Pride of De Vere and Power Prime, is Langen's Brasserie, crewed by Joe and Pete Marenghi. Unfortunately, Joe Marenghi was feeling rather disconsolate, having finished by his standards a very poor provisional 11th place. I mean, if you did it again, would you alter the settings, do you think?
It's got to be on the right. We leave it away on the left of it.
No. No, we'd have to get our finger out and practice with that bell tank. That's what we must do. That's all it boils down to, really. I mean, it's actually finding the time off from work to do things like that.
They came round us.
Still, hopefully, it's we'll give it a go on Sunday in the Ucoba race.
You were talking to us this morning about your choice of flywheel cum propeller. Do you reckon you were right?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it was very good. Sorry. Oh, you missed it. He just had a moony there. Yeah, it was f***ing great. Yeah.
So you came, what, second?
Yes, I come second today. Yeah, it's a good race. Enjoyed it very much. It was really, really rough offshore, and I chose the right propeller, had the right flywheel on, and everything went well. Good navigation.
You went the right side round the orb?
Yes, we did, fortunately. Yes, we did. We were in the leading pack of 4,
and we followed them, which is a classic mistake, and we saw them go wrong, but we'd already gone wrong by maybe a mile and a half by then. And when we turned over to go the right side of the oil rig, we saw 3 or 4 come inside us. But unfortunately, we still came back in the 4th place, which we were with the other pack. And when we went round the actual buoy in the end, we were 4th. And throughout the race then, we just started to work our way through. Fortunately, got Dave Trotter on the last lap. And we just couldn't catch Michael Frode. He's just too quick. Excellent driver, as is Dave Trotter. Good race, good result. Well pleased.
Yeah. What about Sunday? You racing?
Yeah, go race hard Sunday. I can't win the British Championships, but I think I can come either 2nd or 3rd. So I'll be going hard for it to come 2nd or 3rd. If you can't win, you have to have what's best.
Following the official scrutineering of Michael Frode's winning boat, after the race, it became clear that the Mercury engine had been prepared according to standards different to those currently accepted in the UK. It was therefore decided to postpone the prize giving to permit a fuller examination of both the engine and its homologation papers. Due to the technical nature of the inspections, it was felt that the delay in the prize giving would prove the fairest way of permitting an equitable solution. The UCOBA President, Earl of Normanton, spoke a few words of thanks.
I would just like to say a very few words, mainly of thanks. Firstly, very, very much to the Prudential Union Trust Managers Limited, who are our sponsors. As you know, without them, there couldn't be a race. We couldn't get the thing together without a sponsor, and we thank them very, very much indeed. Secondly, I'd like to thank Bournemouth Town for their amazing support financially, and also after the Wells last year for actually having us back again. The Poole Harbour Yacht Club, who have extended the most incredible facilities to all of you racing, launching boats and scrutineering, and also this marvellous evening they've given us this evening.
During the course of the evening, there were only 2 awards made. The first was the award of the Concours d'Elegance, which went to Newtex, Steve Bourne and Tony Toll. And the second was a bouquet which was presented to the Earl of Normanton's wife.
Thank you very much indeed.
The false alarms are all over, are they?
Saturday saw some very exciting and extremely close competition from the offshore circuit racing craft, who, although the smallest, are in many ways the most exciting of the offshore boats.
Absolutely magnificent it is. I know I've had the opportunity of going out in one or two of these class 2
Sorry, no, shit.
Peter Clark, congratulations on winning in boat E25. How does it feel?
Very wet at the moment. No, it feels good, very good. It's been a very good good race. Interesting water, good competition. It's hard work though.
It was very calm water. Does that suit you? Or?
Well, I think really you've got to get used to all conditions. No good just being a calm racer. But although it was calm, there was a bit of a swell running. And the biggest problem were large cruisers that were coming across the course. And every now and then you get 3 or 4 waves, big ones. And went really airborne. And one stage I went up, I didn't think I was coming back down. It was, went very high.
That must have been a bit tricky, especially if you hit it coming into the chicane.
Oh, if you hit it coming into the chicane, you won't come out of it. You flip. But no, it's a good race, very good. Roger in Guardsman, he gave me a very hard time, P16. He's a good driver. He held me off for a very long time.
It was nip and tuck all the way until you managed to, what's it called, getting inside?
It's what, tucking inside?
Yeah.
I tucked inside on him and Finally got through him on a chicane, but once I was clear, I got a slight boat speed advantage, but he's got better acceleration. But once I actually got ahead of him, I was okay. I was pulled away from him quite easily. But he was a real tough man to get past. It was a good race. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, no.
Right, Jill F., congratulations on coming first in your class. Do you find that there are many women in powerboating? Or are you a bit of a minority?
It is a minority. There are a few, but it is on the increase, I think. Yeah.
Because you came to powerboating from water ski racing, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. We've done water ski racing before. Well, we still do water ski racing as well, but now we're trying the hand of powerboat racing as well.
How did you enjoy the race?
It was fine. A bit too flat. It's you know, it's a bit better when it's a bit more lumpy out there. Had a few spills to the race.
Following the OCR racing, a carnival atmosphere prevailed amongst the crews as a cavalcade of powerboats with a bevy of beauties drove through the centre of Bournemouth.
Which Telegraph Ghetto?
We asked John Yeoman for his feelings following the scrutineering and subsequent disqualification of Michael Froder's boat.
Well, it's a bit unfortunate about Michael Frode and his engine, but unfortunately I suppose that's the name of the game. But no disrespect to Michael, he's a good driver, and I feel sorry for him, quite honestly, but I'm glad I've won. And good team effort really, it's not just me, it's Kim, excellent bit of navigation, sent us all the right way. And Joe Donahue, Gordon Wright, the rest of the team, excellent. It takes not just the driver and the navigator, there's a lot goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realise. Of course, the sponsors, and I'm just really, really pleased. Great event. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Brian Easton.
Yeah, and G stands for Graham. I'm Brian. Yeah.
I take it you're brothers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And you've just won the 1.3 litre World
We have indeed, yes. In Guernsey this last week. We're still hanging over from our success, actually. It hasn't sunk in yet. We've had a tremendous week at Guernsey and fabulous racing. And I'm hoping to do well again here tomorrow, because now, pardon me, I am now leading the national championship because of the wins that we had in Guernsey. So I'm hoping to get the double this time, and I believe that the double's not been done before, the world and the national together. So we're going full out to get the title tomorrow.
So you're hoping that your trip from Lancashire is going to be worth it?
Oh yes, yeah. It's a long way to come, but I think it'll be worth it. We're very confident anyway. We're very confident.
How's the engine running well?
The engine's running perfectly well. I was very fortunate that Yamaha took the engine off me after the Guernsey, and they've completely rebuilt it right up to brand new spec. It hasn't even been running yet, and it's in tip-top condition.
So you're going to be taking it a little steady so as not to...
Well, no, I think we shall be going straight out for it right from the word go. We shall get it running in time, no problem, I don't think. I think we should be going right off the start, right to win, and stamp our position first.
John Yeoman was presented with this magnificent prize for being first British driver across the line. It was ironically presented by Michael Froder.
It's the long and the short and the core blimey, I reckon, but...
Reg Turner presented a bouquet to retiring UCOBA secretary Eddie Ireland.
You get an indication of the length of the boat. So number 70, look out for Agfa Gruber, go in Italy despite...
Before the big race on Sunday morning, a number of Prudential Unit Trust Managers, VIPs, were ferried from the Poole Harbour Yacht Club to Bournemouth Pier in a number of the participating race boats.
Navigator, Jupiter's wife, is the Cowstalky in 1986, who built Benito boats. His list of Jaguars.
Sunday's race brought to an end the week's festivities of the Prudential Bournemouth Powerboat Festival and a tremendous season of powerboat racing and competition with Yukoba.
Keen but friendly rivalry produced some fine competitive racing. Championships have been won and lost. Pride of De Vere with Alistair McNulty competed Sunday's race to clinch the British Yukoba Championship, despite his terrible run of bad luck. Brian and Graham Eastham of Kinnell Fire were the first to complete the double in the 1.3 litre class. We have all been able to admire the courage of Nicky Peck, competing just a few days after coming out of hospital following a major operation. But perhaps this week will be remembered for highlighting the problems of running a European Championship. Let Brian Jones sum up how our feelings are regarding this matter.
First across the line, there is a difference of interpretation between nations of the rules which are established. He is, I know, highly respected by you all as a powerboat racer and competitor, and I'm sure that you would wish that to be registered to Michael Froder, who's come all the way from Sweden tonight.